The abduction. In the not-so-distant future, Earth was a bustling place filled with technology and wonder. Yet, it was also a time when humans had forgotten about the stars. They focused on their own world, ignoring the vast universe beyond. Little did they know that something incredible was about to happen. On a quiet night, when the moon hung low and the stars twinkled brightly, a young man named Alex decided to take a walk. He was adventurous and loved exploring, often wandering far from home. That night, as he strolled through the fields, he noticed a strange light in the sky. It shimmered and danced like nothing he had ever seen before. Curious, Alex felt drawn to it. He wanted to know what it was. As he walked closer, the light grew brighter and began to pulse, casting a glowing beam on the ground. Alex stopped, feeling a mix of excitement and fear. The light suddenly expanded, and before he could react, a beam shot down and lifted him off the ground. He felt weightless, as if he was floating in the air. Panic surged through him as he realized he was being pulled into the sky. In an instant, Alex found himself inside a spaceship. The room was unlike anything he had ever seen. It was filled with strange machines, blinking lights, and unusual sounds. The walls shimmered with colors, and the air felt electric. Alex tried to gather his thoughts. Where am I? He wondered, his heart racing. Suddenly, a figure appeared before him. She was tall, with long, flowing hair that sparkled like stars. Her skin had a soft glow, and her eyes were bright and curious. She was an alien. Alex's breath caught in his throat as he realized he was face to face with a being from another world. "Welcome," she said, her voice smooth and melodic. "I am Zara. You are safe here." Alex was shocked. He wanted to ask so many questions, but words failed him. Instead, he felt a strange mix of fear and awe. Zara stepped closer, studying him with fascination. Her eyes widened as she took in his features, his short hair, his clothes, and the way he moved. "You are different," Zara said, tilting her head. "Your kind is rare. We need you." Alex frowned, trying to understand. "Need me for what?" he asked, finally finding his voice. Zara smiled, but it wasn't a comforting smile. It was a smile that hinted at something deeper, something he couldn't quite grasp. "You will see," she replied cryptically. Before Alex could protest, the ship began to hum and vibrate. Zara gestured for him to follow her. She led him through winding hallways, filled with strange symbols and alien creatures. Alex felt like he was in a dream, everything surreal and overwhelming. As they entered a large room, Alex's eyes widened in shock. The walls were lined with screens showing images of Earth, humans, and strange experiments. He felt a chill run down his spine. What were they planning? Zara turned to him, her expression serious. "We are in need of your genes," she said, her voice firm yet gentle. "Our species is struggling to survive. We must breed with humans to ensure our future." Alex's heart raced. He was being kidnapped for breeding. Fear and confusion flooded his mind. He wanted to escape, to run back to his home, but he was trapped in this alien world. What could he do? Zara watched him closely, sensing his turmoil. "You may not understand now, but this is important for both our worlds," she said softly. As the reality of his situation began to sink in, Alex felt a strange mix of anger and curiosity. What would happen next? Would he ever return to Earth? This was just the beginning of his unexpected journey, and he had no idea how it would change everything he thought he knew. The alien world. Alex stood in the large room, trying to process everything. He felt a wave of confusion wash over him as he looked around. The spaceship was alive with strange sounds and flickering lights. It was unlike anything he had ever seen on Earth. As Zara led him deeper into the ship, he couldn't help but feel a mix of fear and awe. Zara guided him through a narrow hallway filled with glowing panels. Each panel displayed pictures of various alien species and planets. Alex was amazed. He had read about aliens in books, but seeing them in person was entirely different. His heart raced with excitement and fear. What was this place? What did they want from him? Finally, they reached a large dome-shaped room. The walls were made of a transparent material that shimmered like water. Alex looked outside and gasped. The view was breathtaking. Stars sparkled against a deep blue-black sky, and below him was a vibrant alien planet. It was filled with strange plants that glowed in various colors and creatures that danced in the light. "This is my home," Zora said, her voice filled with pride. "Welcome to Zenthia." As Alex stared in wonder, Zora continued, "Our planet is beautiful but fragile. We face many challenges. Our species is declining, and we need your help to survive." Alex turned to her, trying to understand. "But why me? There are many humans on Earth," he asked, his voice shaky. Zora looked at him seriously. "You are unique. Your genetics can strengthen our race. We believe that together we can create something new, something powerful." Alex felt a knot in his stomach. The thought of being part of an experiment was frightening, but he was also intrigued. He had always dreamed of adventure, but this was beyond anything he had imagined. He took a deep breath, trying to calm himself. As they spoke, Alex noticed more aliens entering the room. They looked different from Zora, each with unique features. Some were short and stocky, while others were tall and slender. All of them had bright eyes that seemed to glow. They whispered to each other, glancing at Alex with curiosity. "Don't be afraid," Zora said, noticing his nervousness. "They are here to help. They want to learn about you." One of the aliens stepped forward. His name was Karo, and he had a gentle smile. "We mean you no harm, Alex. We are excited to meet you. Your presence can bring hope to our people." Alex managed a weak smile. "I'm just a regular guy," he replied. "I don't know how I can help." Zora placed a reassuring hand on his shoulder. "You will learn. We will teach you about our ways, and in turn you will teach us about yours. This is a chance for both of our worlds to connect." As they spoke, Alex felt a spark of hope. Perhaps this was not just a kidnapping. Maybe it was an opportunity to discover something amazing. He had always wanted to explore the universe, and now he was standing on the edge of a new adventure. Zora led him to another area of the ship, where a large screen displayed information about humans and Zenthian biology. Alex stared at the images, intrigued. He learned about their history, their struggles, and their dreams. The more he saw, the more he felt a connection with these aliens. "Together, we can create a future," Zora said softly, looking into his eyes. "Will you help us, Alex?" As he pondered her words, Alex felt a strange mix of excitement and fear. He was far from home, but he could be part of something much bigger than himself. Maybe this alien world held the answers he had always sought. With a deep breath, he decided to embrace the unknown. This was just the beginning of a journey that would change everything. Learning to communicate. The days passed quickly as Alex settled into life aboard the spaceship. He was surrounded by aliens, each day bringing new challenges and surprises. At first, everything felt overwhelming. The alien language was strange, filled with sounds that made no sense to him. He often found himself confused and frustrated, wishing he could speak with them freely. Zora noticed his struggle. "Don't worry, Alex. Learning takes time," she said one day, her bright eyes filled with encouragement. "We will help you." Determined to communicate, Alex began to study their language. Zara and Karo spent hours with him, using simple words and gestures. They pointed to objects around them, showing him how to say their names. "This is a Goric," Zara explained, pointing to a small furry creature that scurried across the floor. "Say, Goric." "Goric," Alex repeated, trying to mimic the sounds. The aliens cheered, their voices blending into a harmonious chorus. Alex felt a rush of pride. Each small victory made him more eager to learn. As days turned into weeks, Alex started to pick up the basics of their language. He learned to say hello, thank you, and even friend. The aliens responded with smiles, showing their appreciation. With each new word, Alex felt more connected to them. Zara also taught him about Zenthian culture. We express emotions through colors, she explained one afternoon. When we are happy, our skin glows blue. When we are sad, it turns red. She demonstrated, her skin shifting from a soft green to a bright blue. Alex watched in wonder, fascinated by this unique way of communication. Can humans do that? Caro asked, his eyes sparkling with curiosity. Alex chuckled. Not exactly. We express ourselves with words and gestures, but I like your way better. As their friendship grew, Alex felt more at ease. He began to share stories about Earth, describing its landscapes, cultures, and the beauty of nature. The aliens listened intently, their eyes wide with fascination. They asked many questions, eager to learn about his world. One day, Zara took Alex to the observation deck. It was a large open space with a view of the stars and the colorful planet below. Look, she said, pointing at the vibrant landscapes. This is where we live. Tell us what you see. Alex gazed at the scene, trying to find the right words. It's beautiful, he said, searching for the right words. The colors are amazing, like a rainbow. Zara's skin glowed a bright blue, showing her happiness. You're learning, she exclaimed. Feeling encouraged, Alex took a deep breath. On Earth, we have oceans, mountains, and forests. Each place is different and full of life. The animals and plants are unique to each region. The aliens listened closely, fascinated by his descriptions. They asked questions about the animals, their sizes and colors. Alex felt a sense of pride as he shared stories about Earth's wildlife. As the sun set over Zenthia, the room filled with warm light. Alex and the aliens sat together, exchanging stories and laughter. It was during these moments that Alex felt a true bond forming between them. Despite the differences in their worlds, they shared a common goal: to understand one another. Learning to communicate became more than just language. It was about building friendships and connections. As Alex continued to practice, he felt a spark of excitement. He was not just a human in an alien world. He was becoming part of it. Each new word and each shared story brought them closer. He realized that this journey was not just about survival. It was about creating a new future together. With hope in his heart, Alex embraced this new adventure, ready to discover what lay ahead. Growing connection. As time passed on Zenthia, Alex felt a deepening bond with Zara and the other aliens. Each day, they spent more time together, sharing their cultures and stories. The spaceship was no longer just a strange place. It had become a home filled with friendship and laughter. One morning, Alex woke up to the soft hum of the ship. He stretched and got ready for the day. Zara had invited him to join her in the garden, a beautiful area filled with glowing plants and flowers that danced in the light. As he stepped outside, the vibrant colors and sweet scents overwhelmed him. He had never seen anything like it before. "Good morning, Alex," Zara called, her voice bright and cheerful. She was already in the garden, her skin glowing the soft green, which meant she was happy. "Come and help me with the flowers." Alex smiled and walked over. "What can I do?" he asked, excited to learn more about this alien world. "Today we will plant new seeds," Zora explained. She handed him a small, sparkling seed. "This is a lumiflower seed. When it grows, it will glow in the dark." "Wow, that sounds amazing," Alex replied, holding the seed in his palm. He carefully dug a small hole in the soft, glowing soil and placed the seed inside. As he covered it up, he felt a sense of joy. He was helping to create something new, just like he was forming connections with his alien friends. Zara worked beside him, her hands quick and skilled. They chatted as they planted seeds, laughing and sharing stories about their lives. Alex told her about his childhood, his favorite hobbies, and his dreams of exploring the stars. Zara listened intently, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. "I wish I could see your Earth," she said, her voice filled with wonder. "It sounds beautiful and full of life. Do you think I could visit someday?" Alex thought for a moment. "Maybe. If we can find a way to bridge our worlds, we can share them with each other," he said, feeling hopeful. As the sun rose higher in the sky, the garden began to fill with warmth and light. Suddenly, a group of young aliens arrived, giggling and playing. They looked at Alex with wide, curious eyes. Zara smiled and waved them over. "Everyone, this is Alex. He is our friend from Earth," she introduced him proudly. The young aliens rushed toward him, their bright colors shifting as they expressed their excitement. They surrounded Alex, asking questions in their melodic language. Although he couldn't understand everything, he felt their joy and curiosity. With Zara's help, he began to interact with them, using simple words and gestures. He played games, mimicking their movements and laughing at their silly antics. They showed him their favorite games, which involved jumping and glowing in patterns. Alex couldn't stop smiling. As the day continued, Alex found himself more comfortable in their company. The young aliens were playful and full of energy, and their laughter was contagious. He felt a growing connection, not just with Zara, but with the entire alien community. In the evenings, they would gather for meals, sharing different foods from both worlds. Alex introduced them to pizza, one of his favorite dishes. The aliens were curious but cautious. Zara watched closely as Alex explained how to eat it. They took small bites, their faces lighting up with delight. "This is delicious," Caro exclaimed, his skin glowing a bright yellow. Alex beamed with pride. He felt like a bridge between two worlds, sharing the best of Earth with his new friends. With each passing day, Alex's fear began to fade, replaced by a sense of belonging. He realized that despite their differences, they were all connected by their desire to understand one another. This journey was not just about survival. It was about friendship and unity. As he looked around at the glowing faces of his new friends, Alex felt a warmth in his heart. He was no longer just a human in an alien world. He was part of something special. And as their bond grew stronger, he knew that together, they could face whatever challenges lay ahead. The truth about breeding. One evening, as the stars began to twinkle in the Zenthian sky, Alex and Zara sat in the observation deck of the spaceship. They looked out at the beautiful view of their vibrant planet, filled with glowing plants and colorful creatures. Alex felt at peace here, far from the chaos of Earth. Yet he couldn't shake the lingering question in his mind, the reason why he had been brought to this alien world. Zara turned to him, her expression serious. "Alex, there is something important we need to discuss." Alex felt a knot tighten in his stomach. He had been dreading this moment. "Is it about why I'm here?" he asked, trying to keep his voice steady. Zara nodded, her eyes searching his face. "Yes, it's time you understand the truth about our need for you." Taking a deep breath, Alex braced himself. "I'm listening." "We Zenthian people are struggling to survive," Zara began. "Our population is declining rapidly due to a genetic disease. It affects our ability to reproduce, and we have been searching for a solution." Alex felt his heart race. He had heard hints of this before, but hearing it outright made it more real. "You need my genetics to help your people?" he asked slowly, piecing it together. "Yes," Zara replied softly. "We believe that combining our DNA with humans can create strong and healthy offspring. This is why you were chosen." Alex's mind raced. The thought of breeding with an alien was both fascinating and terrifying. "But I'm not just a specimen," he protested. "I'm a person. I have a life back on Earth." Zara nodded, understanding his frustration. "I know this is hard to accept, but you must understand, this is not just about breeding." It's about survival for both our species. If we don't act now, we may not exist in the future." Alex looked away, staring out into the vastness of space. He felt torn. On one hand, he wanted to help. The Zenthian people had been kind to him, and he had formed real friendships. But on the other hand, he could not ignore the implications of what Zora was asking. "I didn't choose this," he said quietly. "I was taken from my home. How can I just agree to this?" Zora's expression softened. "I understand your feelings, Alex. You have every right to feel this way. We want you to make this decision freely. You are not a prisoner here. You can leave if you choose." Alex turned to look at her, surprised. "Leave? But what would happen to you and your people?" "We would continue to search for another way," she replied, her voice steady. "But if you stay, we will work together to create a better future for both of us. This is a choice we want you to make with an open heart." Feeling overwhelmed, Alex stood up and walked to the edge of the deck. The stars sparkled like diamonds, and he felt the weight of the universe pressing down on him. He had always dreamed of adventure, but this was more complicated than he had ever imagined. "What if I say yes?" he asked, turning back to Zora. "What would it mean for me?" Zora stepped closer, her expression serious. "It means you will be a part of something larger than yourself. You will help save a species and create a new future. But it will also be a challenge. You will have to adapt to our ways, and there will be responsibilities." Alex felt a rush of emotions: fear, excitement, and uncertainty. This was not just a journey, it was a commitment. "I need time to think," he finally said, his voice steady. "This is a huge decision." Zara nodded, respecting his choice. "Take all the time you need. Whatever you decide, you will always have a place here with us." As Alex stared at the stars, he knew that his life was about to change forever. The path ahead was uncertain, but he felt a growing connection to this alien world and the people who lived in it. He was not just a visitor anymore. He was part of a story that was unfolding. A story of hope, survival, and unexpected friendships. Escape plan. As days turned into weeks, the weight of Alex's decision loomed heavily on him. The truth about why he was on Zenthia weighed on his mind. He had grown close to Zora and the other aliens, but the thought of being part of an experiment still troubled him. Every night, he stared at the stars, wondering if he would ever return to Earth. One evening, while sitting in the observation deck, Alex spoke with Karo, who had become one of his closest friends among the Zenthian people. "Karo," Alex said, glancing at the shimmering lights outside, "what if someone wanted to escape from here?" Karo looked puzzled. "Escape? Why would you want to leave?" His skin flickered from blue to a worried shade of purple. Alex hesitated, searching for the right words. "I mean, what if someone wasn't ready for the commitment? What if they wanted to go back home?" Karo thought for a moment, his expression serious. "It would be difficult. Our ships are not designed for humans. But if you really wanted to leave, there might be a way." Alex's heart raced. "You mean you'd help me?" "Of course," Karo replied, his eyes brightening. "You are our friend. If you want to go, we will find a way." Alex felt a surge of hope. "Okay, let's figure it out. I need to get back to Earth." Over the next few days, they made a plan. Karo introduced Alex to a small group of aliens who were skilled in engineering. Together, they began to explore the spaceship's systems, searching for a way to communicate with a nearby shuttle that could take Alex home. "Zara and the others will not understand," Karo warned as they worked in secret. "They believe you are important to our future." "I know," Alex replied, feeling a mix of guilt and determination. "But I have to do what's right for me. I can't be part of something I'm not ready for." One night, while the rest of the aliens were gathered for a celebration, Alex and Karo snuck into the control room of the ship. The room was filled with blinking lights and strange buttons. Alex felt nervous but excited. "Do you think we can make it work?" he asked. Karo nodded, his fingers moving quickly over the controls. "If we can connect to the shuttle system, we can send a message for help." After several tense moments, they finally managed to establish a connection. The screen flickered to life, showing a small shuttle parked nearby. Alex felt a rush of excitement and fear. "It's really happening," he whispered. Suddenly, they heard footsteps approaching. Alex's heart sank. "We have to hurry," he said, panic rising in his chest. Kuro quickly typed commands into the system, sending a message to the shuttle. "Message sent," Kuro said, glancing nervously toward the door. "Now we need to go." They raced out of the control room, trying to be as quiet as possible. As they moved through the ship, Alex felt a mix of fear and exhilaration. Was he really going to leave this place that had become his home? Just then, they ran into Zara and a group of aliens coming from the celebration. Zara's eyes widened in surprise. "Alex, Kuro, where are you going?" Alex's heart raced. We were just..." he stammered, trying to find an excuse. Before he could finish, Kuro stepped forward. "We were checking the systems. Everything is fine." Zara studied them closely, her expression shifting from surprise to concern. "Are you sure? You both look nervous." Alex felt trapped. He had to act quickly. "I need to tell you something, Zara," he said, his voice steady despite the pounding of his heart. I want to go home." Zara's face fell, and the other aliens exchanged worried glances. "Home," she repeated, hurt in her voice. "But we need you here." "I know," Alex said, feeling a knot in his throat. "But I can't stay. I have to go back to my life on Earth." Zara's expression softened, and for a moment, Alex thought she might understand. But he also saw the pain in her eyes. "Please, Alex," she said softly, "don't go." As the tension filled the air, Alex knew he had to make a choice. The shuttle was waiting, and he could take the chance to leave. But what would it mean for Zara and the others? In that moment, he realized that whatever decision he made, it would change everything. Understanding each other, days turned into weeks as Alex settled into life aboard the alien spaceship. The initial excitement of his new surroundings was mixed with a deepening sense of purpose. He had made the decision to stay, but now he faced the challenge of understanding the Zenthian people and their culture. One day, Zara approached Alex with a bright smile. "Today, we will teach you more about our language and customs. It is important for us to communicate better," she said, her skin glowing with enthusiasm. Alex felt a rush of eagerness. "I'd love that. I want to understand you all more." They gathered in the garden, surrounded by the colorful lumiflowers. Zara sat cross-legged on the glowing grass, and Alex joined her, ready to learn. She began to teach him the basics of Zenthian language, simple words and phrases, along with the meanings behind them. "The first word is Tsara, which means friend," Zara said, her voice melodic. "We use it often when we greet each other." "Tsara," Alex repeated, trying to mimic her pronunciation. Zara laughed, her eyes sparkling. "Very good. You are a quick learner." As they continued, Alex found joy in the lessons. Each new word opened a window into Zenthian culture. Zara shared stories behind the words, explaining the importance of friendship, community, and respect. He learned that their language was filled with emotions, and each word carried deep meaning. "What about the word for family?" Alex asked, curious. Zara's expression softened. "The word is Zaira. Family is very important to us. We care for one another, just like you do on Earth." As the lesson went on, Alex began to feel a connection to their way of life. He shared stories about his own family, his friends, and his experiences on Earth. He explained their customs, holidays, and the meaning of love and friendship among humans. Zara listened intently, her eyes reflecting understanding. "It seems that we are not so different," she said thoughtfully. "We both cherish our relationships and want to protect our loved ones." The more they talked, the more Alex realized how much they had in common. They both had hopes, dreams, and fears. The Zenthian people had their struggles, just like humans did. As their discussions continued, Alex found himself more comfortable with Zara and the others. They began to share not just language, but also laughter and experiences. They played games, combining elements from both Earth and Zenthia, creating a unique blend of fun that brought them even closer. One day, during a game of Zenthian tag, where players had to dodge glowing plants, Alex accidentally bumped into Kuro. Both of them fell to the ground, laughing uncontrollably. Zara joined them, her laughter filling the air like music. "See, we can have fun together," Alex exclaimed, his heart feeling light. As time passed, Alex realized that understanding each other was not just about language. It was also about sharing emotions, stories, and experiences. He felt grateful to be welcomed into their world, and he began to view them not just as aliens, but as friends and family. One evening, as they sat around a glowing fire in the garden, Alex turned to Zara and Kuro. "Thank you for being so patient with me. I know I have a lot to learn." Zara smiled warmly. "You have already learned so much. You are becoming part of our family." The words filled Alex with warmth. He looked around at the glowing faces of his friends and felt a sense of belonging. He had come to Zenthia as a stranger, but now he was part of something beautiful and profound. As the fire crackled softly, Alex realized that understanding each other was just the beginning. Together, they were building bridges between their worlds, creating a future where friendship and cooperation could thrive. And in that moment, he felt hopeful about what lay ahead, a big decision. The air in the spaceship felt heavy as Alex stood before Zara and the group of aliens. He could see the worry in their eyes and the sadness etched on their faces. They had become friends, and now he was about to make a choice that would change everything. The thought of leaving felt like tearing a part of himself away. "Alex," Zara said, her voice soft and shaky, "please think about what you're saying. We need you here. Your presence could save us." Alex took a deep breath, trying to gather his thoughts. "I understand, Zara. I really do. You've all been so kind to me, and I feel a connection with you. But I also have a life on Earth. I miss my family, my friends, my home." Zara stepped closer, her skin glowing a soft blue, which showed her sadness. "But we can build a future together. You would be helping not just us, but also creating a new line of life. You can be part of something incredible." Alex looked away, feeling the weight of her words. He had always dreamed of being part of something bigger, of making a difference. But was it worth giving up everything he knew? "What if I can't adapt? What if I fail?" he asked, his voice trembling. "You won't fail," Kuro chimed in, his eyes bright with determination. "We will support you. You are not alone in this. We are a community, and we work together." The thought of leaving them behind tugged at Alex's heart. He had found friendship, laughter, and a sense of belonging among these aliens. But could he really sacrifice his own future for theirs? The conflict inside him felt unbearable. "Why can't we find a way to help you without me having to stay?" Alex suggested. "Maybe there are other solutions, other humans who can help. I could be an ally from Earth." Zara shook her head, her expression serious. "We've searched for years, Alex. Our people are running out of time. We need you now, not later. We cannot wait for others who may never come." The urgency in her voice struck him. He realized that they were desperate, and he was the hope they had been waiting for. "But I don't want to feel like a tool or a specimen," Alex said, frustration creeping into his tone. "I want to feel like I'm part of something real." Zara stepped back, her expression pained. "That is a choice you must make for yourself. But know this, you will always be a part of us. You will never just be a tool. You are a friend, Alex." The truth hung heavily in the air. The bond they had formed was genuine, but the pressure of his decision felt overwhelming. Alex ran a hand through his hair, glancing around at the faces of his friends. They were all looking at him with hope, waiting for his answer. Finally, he spoke, his voice barely above a whisper. "I need time to think. This is too much to decide right now." Zora nodded slowly, understanding his struggle. "Take your time. Just know that we are here for you, no matter what you choose." Alex turned away, heading toward the observation deck. He needed space to think. As he stared out at the stars, he felt lost in the vastness of the universe. What did he truly want? Could he give up everything he knew for a chance to help these aliens? Would he regret staying? Or would he regret leaving? He thought of his family and friends back on Earth. Would they understand? Would they forgive him for choosing this path? As he pondered these questions, a deep feeling of uncertainty washed over him. In that moment, he realized that his decision wasn't just about himself. It was about the future of two worlds, his and theirs. The stars twinkled like tiny beacons of hope, and Alex knew that whatever choice he made, it would define the next chapter of his life. It was a big decision, and the weight of it felt almost too much to bear. But deep down, he understood that this moment was a turning point, and he was ready to face it. No matter the outcome, a new journey. The following days passed in a blur for Alex. He spent time reflecting on his choices and the life he wanted. With each passing moment, he felt the weight of his decision growing heavier. Zara, Karo, and the other aliens continued to support him, respecting his need for time. But Alex knew he couldn't avoid the decision much longer. One evening, as the ship drifted silently through the stars, Alex found himself alone in the garden. The lumu flowers they had planted glowed brightly, illuminating the space with a soft, colorful light. He watched the plants dance gently in the breeze, reminding him of the beauty of Xanthia. Here, he had found friendship and purpose. Suddenly, Zara appeared beside him, her eyes filled with concern. "Alex, I can see that you are troubled. Have you made your decision?" He took a deep breath, turning to her. "I have, Zora. I want to stay." Zora's face lit up, her skin shimmering a brilliant blue. "Really? You mean it?" Alex nodded, feeling a mix of excitement and fear. "Yes, I want to help your people. I want to be part of this journey with you. I know it will be hard, but I believe we can make a difference together." Zara stepped forward, her eyes sparkling with joy. "Thank you, Alex. You do not know how much this means to us. Together, we will create a new future." As Zara hugged him, Alex felt a rush of warmth. He was no longer just a visitor. He was part of a family. Over the next few weeks, Alex began to learn more about Xanthian culture and biology. He studied their history and participated in their daily activities. With each lesson, he felt more at home. The Xanthian people welcomed him with open arms, teaching him their ways while also learning about Earth and its customs. One day, Karo approached Alex with a special request. "We want you to participate in the next community gathering. It's a chance for everyone to share their stories and ideas. Your experiences from Earth will be valuable to us." Feeling honored, Alex agreed. "I'd love to. I'll share everything I can." The gathering was held in the main hall of the spaceship, decorated with glowing lights and vibrant colors. The atmosphere was filled with excitement as aliens gathered, eager to hear Alex's stories. He stood at the front, feeling a mixture of nerves and anticipation. As he began to speak, he shared tales of Earth, its beauty, diversity, and the challenges it faced. The Xanthian people listened intently, their eyes wide with wonder. He talked about the oceans, mountains, and forests, and how humans fought to protect their planet. In return, the Xanthian people shared their own stories, telling Alex about their struggles and hopes. They spoke of their dreams for the future, a future that included him. As the gathering came to an end, Alex felt a deep sense of belonging. This was his new family, and they were working together toward a common goal. Months passed, and Alex became a vital part of the Xanthian community. He contributed to their efforts to find a cure for their genetic disease, using his knowledge from Earth to help the scientists. They worked together late into the nights, sharing ideas and solutions. Alex also formed strong bonds with his new friends. He and Caro became inseparable, exploring the wonders of Xanthia together. They laughed, learned, and faced challenges side by side. As he looked out at the stars one night, Alex realized that he had found his place in the universe. He had chosen a new journey, one filled with uncertainty, but also with hope and purpose. He was no longer just a human from Earth. He was a Xanthian, dedicated to building a brighter future for both worlds. With determination in his heart, Alex knew that together they could overcome any obstacles. This was the beginning of a new chapter, and he was ready to embrace whatever came next.